Sure. So let me start with James. James, now the Attorney General, Minister of Justice for Students Union, where will they talk about university student advocacy and youth accountability?
For giving me this kind of platform here. Well, firstly, the topic itself it's called for because as youth people there or young people there, now they get, I believe say there's adage go so for every development nation there must be a strong youth with a vision minded. Yeah. Well, of course, it's hard time for university students there. And of course, the university community the youth people there as well for health accountability of the certain responsibility where they go on the country and things the way they happen around the country. Because if they watch around the globe now, you see say 80% of issues the way they happen, crimes the way they occur now, throughout the world now. Now these people they involved there, yeah, and now they affect back. So it's hard time like we take say okay we can't take this the back step again. Who said they come for can add value or for can question people who for question whether give it years of waiting they do the big one there because for a long time now, I have we know most of the time we know say we have been doing these things like for example we leaders they will come you know blindfold we are in they do things the way you know necessarily not good whereas at the end of the day now you to this scale that would just make instances of most of the crimes and violence that happen now you say more involved 100%ly and if you look at that some of the most like educated people that some of the university but because of more they get that kind of stereotype there is this like because of this and that I go do anything as long as I know more it not gonna affect me but in the long run it affect the nation it go on. Yes. So I feel say like this topic here it's called for. Now we will call one the way the hell responsible, accountable to we, not only to we, but to the nation as well. And this is not all about we. Because in the next let me just say you did within your youth stage or you prime, whereas you did in 24, 35 years. At the end of the day, if you never do anything meaningful in your life, also where you don't 40 or 45, 50 years, you able to do something for yourself. It don't say like we leaders a life for we. It don't say they do things the way they held accountable for. What they will question it because of they always say stop we. They give it things the way they cover. We say okay, yeah, we can't talk. They put you now a box we are in. We can't even move. Yes. Like for instances, we'll just take the previous election has been held off recently. Yes, we understand so many violence will happen. These are youths, and you can't stop that. But because one of the other, I'm get your intentions, get the reasons why they do the thing there. At the end of it, you go sit, you must still go tell you say because of X Y Z this make at the involved in certain things and make to be honest with you, my brother, a presenter. As we did on this country now a time this now will we say we can able voice out with the students there not only because of we are students, but because we hold the nation accountable, because of we all we colleagues are accountable, because we all even with institutions that we come from, with societies, with communities, with household. If you really know who side you come out, if you like for example my community, they know say I'm not kind of individual where it's come to community development, I involve 100%. When it's come to my university development, I involve 100%. So at the end of the day, you see say I held accountable for my community and my community as well. They held accountable to me because at the end of the day, what's I care about this thing? So many of youth say mind say they don't die. They go get of the way. Where you see they get potential. They get you see the kind of enthusiasm in them. But at the end of the day, you see there's certain situation, condition where they say, come on, brother, you never talk to them. Like I get my colleague go 2020, 2020, my first course I would graduate. That man a Kushman, I know a very brilliant student. You wonder why how comes? What's are the issue? What's are the cause of that? Hmm? So that man not be realizing that say a whole accountable to a community, a whole accountable to institution come on. Also all you go university, pass through university, come on say, let me say you don't know. You hold that university something. Because at the end of the day, you go for represent that university and they'll say this man a product of such a university. So at the end of it, any way you do good or bad, it reflects on the university you come from.
Yeah.
Any way you come
Yeah.
out, it reflects on the community you come out.
Definitely.
So you see, because always a charity begin at home.
Yeah,
If
sure.
they're able to breed you well, trust me. Like for example, we allow the college to pass through we not pass through the college. At the end of the day, the university say we are ambassador for the university. We represent anything bad thing what we do, it affects them.
Definitely.
So
So that's now James where they give in your own contribution as to within your own position we get for do with the topic university students advocacy and youth accountability. Yes, so Ambassador Ali Conte. What's in your take with regard to the topic of discussion before we enter proper one?
Yes, and I think I mean two topic then, and because are they into advocacy and also youth accountability.
Okay.
Because as young person, like from the background, the music they will play, those are issues for most small. We don't know, but then their music they how they play the youth, they want for work, and then because of we not only use the voice them as young people and for all leaders them into accountable, or also are we self kin accountable. That don't lead we into all those how they so they like today. So I think this then are the topic they move for all as discussion because are we self-able and sure say youth accountable because as young people them if we want for all the one the way they before accountable, we self supposed for be accountable. And they also get for ensure say all young people come on board for ensure say we demand for waiting rights to us. Because most times we know the demand for accountability, that's why we do so today because you go see a lot of times then say they don't do this for young people, but nobody now they do checks and balances. So I think it affect we all, like as we minister don't say we all attend universities, then we all know those issues. We all get colleagues they who don't graduate over 4-5 years, still no job, no nothing. While some people still occupy places, there are opportunities for young people for go before. All that's not the go because of why we know the demand for accountability. So I think a very good topic for discussion, and that's why I can always say as young people then we get for ensure say we amplify our voice them to what in the morning we. Because if you do university, you know say after university if the system continue for this, so I know they get work. We need for voice them out, and we also need for ensure say from those places now they the power they from university because they are we say we all they transform from. So and let we know say any issue would they affect young people and particularly people at the university can more dangerous than even those within we not get the education because you they think I'm say I don't go throughout all of this, I don't sacrifice. So even this school shots me what I say most of the one they will see where they really affect now people were really educated. Because it take say like I get small level of education I no need for probably the situation where I dey now. But like that guy we in no say normally I no get no education, no skills. I didn't get to so that's your own daily life. But you not gonna expect man for don't graduate over 4-5 years, then he sit down no work. It is still sit down with the same people and we not get the same circle of education. So that's why they say I'm saying a very big challenge and accountability way don't come now is alone a very big issue also. A few days ago we held a meeting with the Commission of the Anti-Corruption for ensure we see how we work together. Particularly how young people then go come on board for ensure we demand for accountability.
Definitely. I think one of the things that we're able for Oleander now how we as students, we as young people get able for amplify with voices them towards issues them where be say definitely the ambog way. Yes, as young people and how we again as young people can definitely use every other means, every other platform with the at we disposal for push for his voice then towards the issues and we get for the accountability and that of advocacy for able for ensure say young people get a better life. So the research where we get the talk about say student advocacy focuses on identifying students' educational needs and then taking proactive steps to gain maximum support for meeting those needs through educational policies and states and federal laws. Proactive measures often are met with resistance and criticism. Accountability in the youth accountability they talk about the enabling of young people to hold decision makers accountable for the commitments they have made towards sustainable development through increased capacity, access, and agency. Now, this will research prove but the two topic of discussion. Yes, so ambassador, yeah. So how we as young people go definitely go on for whole whose methodology and what are the issues them at hand where we think that we need for hold we leaders into accountable?
Yes, and I think the first side is the most times how can get the problem start from now from the decision making. Young people are not can be included. So most times, most of the decisions that they take, and young people not they part of. You go see they draft a program for young people whereby they just some people they sit side, then they develop them for the young people. So that's why like we organization we now follow the money. We now one of Africa's largest social accountability movement where they particularly run with young people. I mean they currently they operate in 9 countries across the across Africa.
Okay.
And some of the issues that they try for address because we know see all of these issues they come back to we as young people because if there is unemployment now with the young people and they feel are more now with the economy rough now with the young people and they feel are more so that's why we did for follow up on government promises and also for ensure say development reaching our communities because most times you can just hear from the news or either from probably from investigative journalists them or from other sources them say so activities for carry on for so thing but a lot of people not they are aware on that. A lot of promises then don't be made, but who that they follow up on them promises there. And we also they try for bridge the gap between the government and what thing that they do because we get a lot of mismatch. Even when it's saying to young people them. Waiting with the young people and demand with waiting that they do now two different things them.
So they go wrong in all of this before we hold people like accountable. We need to know say okay, this is the path we should be going, and now other paths we leaders then they take. So also they go wrong before being holding people accountable.
Yes, this is how they go wrong now. The side of the consultation, or let me say engagement. Like,
Okay.
we they get a mismatch of what
Inclusive.
we want for do. Yes, but even within the communities, we they see the development where we, the people that want our community with waiting, then they bring are two different things. Them, so they see they get that mismatch. Even as young people, them, the priorities of young people and all the align with what then they do. So most times you can get that bridge that gap, and if you get that gap, they not able to hold them accountable. Most times people can try like what thing we they do so at follow the money. We they use the budget. We can go and look through the budget, waiting their own budget, saying at this time for do for so certain set of people, either in health, education, or sanitation. Then from there we can able for track. Like if they say that they build a school in a particular community, we can able for track through that budget and also get to the community for engage them. Say, government be don't say that they build school now in a community. How is it this school long come? Because in Sierra Leone now we don't get a lot of cases whereby we don't get Boku government funding and international aid. And at the end, we don't know how we go about and nobody not been there for follow-up. Like we get the issue of the COVID fund, the Ebola money, whereby a lot of money then be spent for certain programs, but at the end of the day, the programs are not come. So
Okay, yes, to James. James being the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, na Milton Magai. So how will they deal with student affairs at university level, and definitely giving students opportunities, perhaps into entrepreneurship and other.
Um, well, I want to say the Mitsmaga Technical University. We really firstly I want to say we appreciate the administration from we VC to EDVC because if you look around all other public universities around the country, I will tell you say Mitsmaga Technical University and the only university where the students get a cordial relationship with the administration. That is one. And also the administration doors is always open for students whenever issues arise within student lecturers or student to student itself. So like regarding student affairs, like I say, an office say, of course, even though there are a little bit challenges, but when it comes to students welfare of someone really, the college don't try very hard enough. We are in students, their voice are always hard and things that necessary for where students get as our opportunities where for how they pay services for, at least they try for fitting that as well. And I will always tell you say this is all university around this country at Sierra Leone here where I feel say the administration every academic year where it's deemed necessary they get a general assembly for students. We are in student they raise concerns. We are in issues where they affect them. We are in waiting at the labs, challenges them, waiting the need for improve on the university as well. So I feel saying that a good step if other sisters university they learn from that. Then at least student voice will be heard. I go tell you, say there are other universities, how do they see the chancellor, the DVCs, even that to the Ds. But here comes to meet my guy. Come on, the DVC in office, the VC in office always open to everybody. The placement of it all is, in fact, it all embrace students. That's a thing. That's a unique thing of free. So at the end of the day, you see the student, even the student leadership as well, they can able to lobby in for their colleagues there. Look of recently, we are no country, no university in this country where you are one student, but it's for pay a full payment of fees. But that's my guy Oli. They are way at least the administration where the SU body they go lobby in advocate on behalf of their colleagues where they know 14 for pay on that time day when you are one student there. Administration they allow the way they sit the exams. You know why? They need to deprive them because that just shows say the leadership of the university itself it's more cordial and you see say they know it's for marginalized even though but it's for every university you want student for pay full payment. But at least a clear platform for everybody fit in because we know situation and we know the country and economic kind right now. So and again, we go with student union leadership, the president. In fact, a policy of recently we don't get the Senate court. Like other universities, not get represented in the Senate court. And the Senate court is a high body decision making for universities. We are the DVC, a call the student union president, a represents student membership. I wish like other universities do that. At the end of the year, it's a student voice a bit hard. That's why if you watch any sister university, meet my guy, he hardly get issues. Of recently, if you listen to yesterday, the ACC boss, we are in where they do the system process cleaning. Mr. Maga is 98% compliance of their system processes. We are in Mr. Maga a free of all corruption malpractices. In fact, our allegations like that cannot be compared to other universities. That just so the university itself. Now, one of the more decent and responsible university in the country, where they groom a very decent leader there, where at least they will represent all in all the university, but the communities as well. And
so James, I wonder with all fairy tales where you mentioned about the university, but the success the way when I don't make at the level with regards to the anti-corruption grading. So I wonder how in what way can the student advocacy a set of already the student union advocacy group. So how that advocacy group they push for impact policy change them at local level.
Well, as I said earlier on, it is CC, for example, now this is student senior government. I remember the student senior government. I'm not new to a student senior government. Firstly, like when I was the former Commissioner for Education 2021, I can recall back, I was like, you get a project where we right. We have policies over the right to the administration. Whether they push, whether they support, whether they sponsor, whether they implement them. And let's able boost with the student senior affair. And as well able boost with the colleagues there, their voice be heard. For instances, if you know what's the happen now of recently, we do now all the universities where we chancellor, they even take on lecturers where it's for victimized students, for example, where the young student do not want some female student there. You go to meet my guy. Lecturer know they victimize female students because you're young, want you. You're going out of the university. It go sack you. And this is the one with platform one set because there are so many students today where the voice not be heard, they panic, they feel it. But where the VC open that kind of platform, it make you feel safe, feel secure on campus. At the end of the day, students able to think developmental, they able to think of policies that way able fit on the administration the goals there. We are the able work on things there. We at the end of the day will come successful one. Because at the end of the day, you are there forget your degree or whatever course you go do successful. That's the major there. But we have been given a platform. Like me, so I gave me a responsibility at the federal student senior government. I'm the legal advisor to the student senior body. And my voice is there for make sure say wait that common students say a voice be heard. Whatever issue it gets, it be heard. And make nobody no victimizer, nobody no marginalizer. I can tell you say if I get issues right now, or any student get issue right now, it tell me say, AG, I get issues this administration or this lecture, so I beg talk to her, I need to talk to her. I can come to lecture me and talk around. We'll see other points of view, how we see the students issues. And we can agree to guy, no students to any promote any problem. We have done several times. That's why we get students in your court. If you're not a student, we count in our court. When you found guilty, either you pay fine or take to administration. So, like when they operate, like our nation, they operate no more.
Okay, so we don't see instances and we are in at college level. Administration they take certain decisions we perhaps know they in favor of the student or they're not quite consultative. Just like how Ali mentioned of being inclusive into decision making process. They ask that one thing that they will definitely they give a fair stage for being quite accountable to people and way you deserve. Definitely, me I can take and say student and business people and the administration they are now for offer service and taking decisions so normal. No, definitely they align with certain pointers where the students them definitely perhaps not prepare themselves for mentally and the likes. So in what capacity una your own advocacy group they definitely merge with having the administration on board for let them be quite considerate with taking certain decisions them.
Um, well, I don't know. Earlier on, as I mentioned earlier, these are the only universities. Every semester we get General Assembly students. I mentioned earlier on because when we create this General Assembly, we get the VC, the Vice Chancellor and Principal. We get the Director of Studies and the Deputy Vice Chancellor. And we also get the Senior Registrar. We get Senior Faculty of Deans. We get Deans of faculties. We get the key campuses. We get head of departments. Whether people are top management decision makers, where they call this meeting here, we get students representative, we get the general membership of the students as well at the Great Hall. So what we go there, that's the place we are in, looking for discuss on issues, whether if they got other policies that they want to implement, they work out there to the general membership of the students. Not only even to the students, but to the general students, all campuses will be involved. At times, if you at times we not able to do rotationally for various campuses. If today is Godrich campus, the main campus, tomorrow or the next day it will be Bookfish campus, or the other side will be Congo Cross campus. So I believe say whenever administration makes certain decisions, when I key decisions, I believe say they have also in consultants with the students' body, and they know one day what I so are very serious and very sure of this what I tell you. They know one day make a decision where they not involve the student membership. They must involve the student leadership because the student leadership then are the intermingle with the administration. That's why we get rewarding of students. The rewarding of students now we direct link to the administration. In fact, we are like this. At the end of the day, you see say whenever they want to, they say Preso, count his team, count his ministers. Now this and this one do. We let this to your colleagues. How wanna see this? That's why we form we Minister of Information. They go on to call students concern. Now a forum we are in. We got more than thousands of students where they decide that community group. That a group where they say students they able to voice out what's the effects on the various campuses because DVC is not going to know everything. We not going to know everything. But that platform they able to voice out say you type. We get solution box around campuses as well. You can able to say this is what I hate, I don't like this, or this is what I'm facing. He puts out, nobody never see the face. Because the writer, when the writer puts on there, at the end of the day, okay, we'll take go to our administration, say, hey, these are the concerns, these are what we want for our guests. And at the end of the day, they say they serious into that guests. Okay. So an office say, they not do short it anyway.
Okay, all right. So we will definitely take a short break, and where we can, we will continue the program Long Bench. Where they come to you from Radio 96.3 FM. That one we've been listening to now the voice of James French, when the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Student Union Government na the Milton Magai Technical College, and earlier on Ambassador Ali Conte when the country lead for Follow the Money Salon being safe they make your own inputs with regards the topic where we get today na the long bench where we discuss both when university student advocacy and youth accountability. Definitely we will come back for the second part of the program long bench. We'll continue the discussion, but then different impact them, challenges them, and other things them we perhaps definitely then they face at then different institutional levels them. Let me take a short break.
Oh, Claire, Shaitan music, get so you feel it the most, yeah. Get so you feel it the most. Nowadays me never like for what's news. Them no see say I will life, them a bros. Get so you feel it the most. Get so you feel it the most, yeah. Nowadays me never like for what's news. Them no see say I'm a life, them a bros. I used to go a shop, make him mother put on the pot. As him reach to the gate, she just a smile and just a rap. Be so good in her rat, so we mash up the cheese. And she say as him come back, she a go cook him favorite pot. When something goes to blow, but she never hear the shot. When she hear on the shout, say a little you chop, yeah. She take a stock or little picnic that I know him gone and him can't come back. Me I tell her they get a youth feel it the most, yeah. Get a youth feel it the most. Nowadays me never like for what's new. Them not say I will life them my bros. Get a youth feel it the most, yeah. Get a youth feel it the most. Nowadays me never like for what's new. Them not say I'm life them my bros. Mama cry me out for wipe that. Me see the system I fight with music, we fight back. Nowadays me no see no love again. Best friend a kill friend, God no me not like that. Not the Gideon, too much division. Show more love it's worth more than a million. Although it's rough we keep holding on. Get to you just be strong, yeah me not shy time. Get to you feel it the most, yeah. Get to you feel it the most.
Alright, ghetto youth feel the most. Ghetto youth not really feel the most. Young people not really feel the most. Moreover, we come to issues then they affect young people. Definitely, young people they feel the most. Don't forget to the program where they listen to on a long bench where they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM, where they come to you every Monday and every other Monday from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock Santem. Long bench na program where they talk about things we youth then they do. Issues them with the Hamburg youth them. Things them with the Hamburg youth them. And definitely as youth them, we all get a role for play, for support effort of government, for support developmental strides, project them. We definitely speak to national development. We have get a role for play. And that whole way we get for play, not for only cry about the issues them, but now of course mention, highlight and table developmental, sustainable and innovative solutions them. But how we all can come together as a nation for let we solve the issues then they definitely now the platform this way. Rise Radio they give to young people every other Monday from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock Santem. And today inside the studio now the long bench where they talk about university student advocacy and youth accountability. Where inside the studio we get Ambassador Ali Conte when are the country team lead for Follow the Money Sierra Leone and James French when are the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Just inside the second part, definitely. Yes, Ambassador Ali. So, what are the activities now projecting Follow the Money Sierra Leone towards youth them for let we be accountable to we safe? Me I can always take and say for let we hold somebody to accountable. You the individual need to be accountable first to yourself, to your community, to those way between you deserve before holding others accountable.
Yes, and so that's why when I started the topic, that's why I say now the major thing I know for tackle as young people, for one for all the other generation, all the older one them accountable. Like what they do, we all know if you then say media person, we go call Omega. Because we know say you have been into that one, you get passion for them, you get all this. So that's what things in like the one and the what they do. If you come into advocates, they're not gonna call young people, they're not call you. So because people know say you they deliver and then you're in the right track. So, and we organize a capacity building training for young people on then accountability and transparency. We use the follow the money methodology, when a campaign tool whereby we use a systematic way on how for all government accountable. Because in Sierra Leone, most times we see a lot of people just they talk, but they don't know the steps and way for take for ensure say the demand for accountability. And that's why most times even we leaders are not can take we case them serious because we not get a really planned way of how for do them. Probably most times we also there on the attackive side. Because most times when people are in position, if you just they come every day, they attack them, and then if you go there for the next day, you not get forget the information where you need. So we not follow the money with the ensure say we also complement government effort to what they do. Because a lot of people within grassroots communities or rural areas don't know what in the government they do. So that's also now one of the work them for go ensure say we go to communities and tell them say these are the priorities of government. So what in our own priorities and as community. We don't start out with the Kube, with the Mount Orel, with the Waterloo. This is not just a pilot phase because nothing what they try for go across the country. For ensure say we mobilize young people for add them voice. Because the issue about accountability is wherever you do, you supposed for able for speak up or for hold them accountable. As this we brother they say it's very good, but me don't they get issue with student union government and because they not they build the capacity of the students and for ask their own question.
Okay.
As the topic go they there for advocate, but let the person himself let we build students and mind them for ensure say if you don't see anything they go wrong, let them self be the champion. Understand? We just there as leaders then for provide the leadership.
That intermediary.
Yes, exactly. Myself also don't be part of student, I attend my guy. And now they are doing me diploma. So I know how student union they run and so most times even this we program or the we get for get student and campus tours then whereby we ensure say we go na campus them for ensure say we give young people and the capacity on how for all government accountable and also how for demand for transparency. Because it most times you can tell them, say, okay, it's good for right suggestion, it's good for right this. But if the person, a lot of people, if you not give them the platform, they not go talk waiting they want for talk. So that's why what we want for do. And also part of like how they go media, so they highlighting people on about we activities them and waiting we want for do and also waiting the movement they about. So and also they get engagement with ministries, departments and agencies them because we now want for operate like other organization. We don't the day out them they try for two-stone thing. Yes, we they work side by side with the government because and then they implement and then also they work with donors them. So we had to follow the money, we they engage ministries, departments and agencies them. And last week we began a meeting with the Anti-Corruption Commission whereby we are so particular, like it's good for work with young people, and because most of these issues on corruption or accountability they affect mainly young people. So it's good we the young people and they come on board so for comfort because we get the zeal, we get the energy. Like we will get with community mobilizers there. We in any area, waiting we don't tell them if you know to in the happen, they then go call we back. Hey, follow the money. Now this one I've been saying, now this they happen.
Okay, so Ambassador, yeah, two things. So any other person we listen, talk, we listen you they talk, you they mention follow the money. Perhaps it thinks in any other kind of microfinance institution or any other sort. And secondly, you mentioned how your institution quite differed. I mean, they work with government hand in hand for able ensure say when able for effectively monitor activities of government and definitely able for hold them accountable and question much of the activities them. Yeah, so somebody go the thing and say definitely if una they work with government, so how transparent una self go they where una perhaps different funds them they come out from government.
Yes, we particularly fund they come out from government, but the activities because we they try for track waiting government and international aid then they do now the communities them. Or probably waiting government don't budget. So we not go able for good track if
But
we
of course, there will be activities where we are going to need government support, government funding, and the like. So how you want for all somebody accountable when in the put food on the table?
No, we know the demand from government support. We get to partner with a connected development in Nigeria then they. So now then they provide the funding and also the capacity building training. So in the area where we work with government, probably let's say if there is an ongoing project on education, like we not just they come out in the media for say, okay, government be allocate 1 billion for build school and they go out. So we go try first for engage like the ministry where they in charge, like the Ministry of Basic Education. Say according to this budget, when I've been saying una for build school, either a Kube. But up to now we not see the school they go on. So what's not the problem? We can also go and engage the community. Say when are aware of any construction for go on at this community. For that, we also get the voice of the community. Then all contracts they get a contractor. Whether they don't hand over the contractor. We can also try for engage the contractor for say, now this then be safe for happening at this community, but not to this they happen here. So probably we they look for outside discrepancy there. Or for ensure say we monitor on service delivery for sure say if Rise Radio say 5 megaphone for in a studio, we follow the money for can watch say yes, we confirm saying a 5 megaphone there, 5 headphone. So you don't see. And we're not able to get access to Rise Radio if we know the work with Rise Radio. For say for can monitor what's in the inside the studio. So now so we the work in government. But in the area of funding, we know they receive funds from them. And we also get to partner with our Center for International and private enterprise SIP in our UK and US based organization, and then also they provide some of them funding there for ensure say we do them tracking there and then community. Yeah.
Okay, that's not the voice of Ambassador Ali Conte when the country team lead for Follow the Money say, what they talk about the activities and what they know they undertake and future project them and how they collaborate with government institutions, ministry, department, agencies, and other institutions then for definitely see our best they can able for continue the partnership, the good relationship for let them able for hold the institutions then they accountable. Definitely we can talk about how diversified then they go there and how every other part of the country will get representation and the like. So James and the Minister of Justice, yeah, and so James, let we talk about projects them we get for do it youth them na Milton Magai Technical College, not only Milton Magai but cut across other colleges and how students they galvanize or they seek support, they seek funding from international institutions them for push innovative ideas. We don't say we are in young people and when our students them when our student leaders just now they just concluded Salion Innovate Tech Summit of how young people are not able for sure how much talented and be where they're not able for win prizes them from different institutions, government, and the likes.
Yeah. Well, for me, on college itself, yeah, we believe say when you embark on any something a program with a development or something. Well, first, before I go into that, let there be a structure where you get government funding for create like a capacity structure behind. Like for youth, a serious-minded youth, where they get ideas for put together, where they're able to bring developmental things, where they be sponsor, where there's be a finance for the intended. Because I can get idea, but there's no finance to support it. Come on, the idea will die. So, like for we on college, if you team with students in your government itself, I just as example, you embark on projects. You embark on your project. You project, you write your project, you bring it to administration. Let me see say this project is timing because you never be let projects they are short-term project, a long-term project. Like make projects where maybe your budget not constructive enough and not in a good way. Like the project will be timing. Like they want to cost smart. Where your project for be, for be sustainable, for be measurable, they extend it. But at the end of the day, your guys can't see project. Like now going to the student development where there are students parliament. It's care for university students parliament at Goldich campus. These are a unique project where student voice will be heard. We are like when we own parliament and where students will go, they sit down, they talk on the issues where they affect the college, issues they affect themselves as a student, as a colleague there. So we are in the right to say yes, this project it's called for, it's needed. Administration fund we. Right now it's ongoing now on a Goldich campus where they are present a project and they were right. Okay, now to the tech summit we just done. Yeah, I just want which way through the Ministry of Tertiary Education where it creates a platform where they make a fund, start a fund itself. University students where they get innovative ideas, where they got ideas, where they want to bring a new thing, a new ideas, where they want to explore their mind. Because you can get idea, but you don't get it fun. It's very difficult. It'll kill the game. I can recall back 2021, yes, when I write my first project based on drug abuse. Yes. When I write this project here, it's unfortunate because that's I will do social work. Do any match, we'll do social work months. Where mental health quality they can they fund the project because it was so timely enough and you know we try for project for project's sake. For example now like we know the high rate alarm of kush where they affect with colleagues and the nation. He can write a unique project. He can write a unique project for example, of climate change. We know the country to happen on. But how many youth can able stand for to that? That's the thing again.
James here, let I mention a top of project. Talked about the project where United Nations Women they push with different tertiary institutions them and make for understand that they push for 5 days here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Of course, the UN Women, the whole entrepreneurship program, we are also involving with student leaders, with also this act of this GW, this the gender equality women's empowerment. Yeah, I seen a very starting platform down there now. We are of course the UN of course they advocate of 30% of women in terms of every sectors in accountability, politics and all in terms of financial institution back so they get the right. But that's not only thing. But the ideas is these things I will we'll take for it and talk on. Now we understand say young people there these days they don't want to take responsibility on themselves. But I look again say okay, this is not a real platform. Like me doing that 5 days in training, I realize say there are certain things for business we for start with where you know because they teach you about businesses, entrepreneurship. You know, they tell you about waiting, gender-based violence, how this all thing incorporate in one. And it was so timely. If I tell you say me, I never been no say that's in the way they do this, it violates human rights and violence to woman. Yeah, but we are doing it's because of ignorance.
What are they?
For example, like what they talk about gender-based violence, like violence is in different form. You know, say they are even we go to what's emotional violence. They, yeah, if you get physical, also all the way the beast person are violence. You get financial violence, like where as you said, like, for example, if you get, for example, yeah, you partner into a courtship, like you know, they are saying they perhaps yeah, words you use to allow this that it affect it psychologically. Yeah, I mean I don't know. We doing it skinny. I realize me say, so come on. So one way or the other, this is violence. Like all what we know physical like centralize that physical torture, you know, we're not posting this, that, or that sexual harassment, this. But really the UN empowerment and program really it was so huge enough that they experienced more for what came from her. Like we understand say now, this even the act where they take for lunch, they push through, we don't push through, they don't receive. It's all meant for Uma. Even me and you welfare is involved in there. Because at the end of the day, what if now me have to work now in an institution where I get that privilege where as we myself get. For example, I do for 5 million for a month. Then me woman have to work 2 million for a day. Who said 7 million to cover? 5 million will cover. You understand? That means you don't keep a sit down, you don't empower that woman. At the end of the day, initially we not say woman generally we just say for Silona host and they start like of the thing the way man they can do. And me you know say it's been a while for decades. Woman they need play a pivotal role in our society. Like the GW Act, it not only creates a platform for equality, but equity. Because they don't want to say like, you know, we get that kind of weight safe. But at least where they are saying youngest, what is that middle leverage day, that level of balance day, with a man and woman. What's the man can do, woman can do. When initially we understand say those days woman where you go for land or one by land, they say count man, or count so man for you. Where I go rent or say count man. But now this act here, it don't create a provision behind woman can able to do certain things man they do. Because now society makes say you know woman mean a man. Because the only two distinction with now we sex. We gender no more distinction man and woman. But they're not distinction say what man can do, woman no can do. Or what man they do, woman no for do. No. Now society with community with people there, now the perception and they make you feel so. If I tell you say what I tell you say man no for go, woman no go for money. Or no for take care of the home. They send all the money for people breadwinner. No. In the Western world, woman they do everything man they do. So I think salon not get hard at least where it comes to the policies here with other compared to the other we sub-region countries where salon don't get hard for push woman empowerment. Because if you watch at the parliament now, of course, most of young people they want young woman they back with the day. And they put every school. Go at the parliament. Somebody there parliament and money to parliament. Trust me. And if you watch at the key position they work with, at least we thank you for the president, being government, where at least a creator platform, it give woman that equal. That's position say means woman they are ministers and this within the government here. The kind of thing they want to see.
Okay.
So you see, and the GW Act, it makes so many provisions, for example, where I just give the 30% within government and private sectors. Of course, even though private sector they get their own way they operate, but they say how at least only on leverage 25%. Let's get adding to that. Also, we get a position behind woman there, they all for basically sit a back seat, but if also be a decision makers. Yeah, like I can recall back they will go upline. Yeah, who said chief they talk man sit on there. But this GW Act where they do the sensitization, they campaign awareness they make. Where they create the platform, platform where they talk now. You know, if it's chief realize it because there are certain things in you where you need to voice out. But know better. And can able to talk to the company better than how me and you they talk to woman. If I tell you say the society hold on there and make we say like doing the training like we one thing say we got what to call the man box. We get the woman box. Society makes the man for commander. And for step out in man box, he says come and funny. At the end of, for example, you take he beats human. Human go disrespect it publicly. Okay, he's naka. He party the go say, Sam, you so mad if it's you so. Sam, what happened? He beats the woman because of what you want to satisfy the public, because society itself, because what they say woman for it submissive. But though next week you go talk to my beggar, you go boot on your foot. At the end of the day, you see say a man box and if you watch the statistics of how man they die past woman. Because they're still in the way they inside, you know, and voice out. Till they don't get nothing, but I go express that say, I don't get this money for feeding house. Because of it, they say man and the breadwinner. Why do women say that's responsibility for taking care of the home as well? So this GB Act here, where the UN Women where they organize this thing here, it's also good for university students there only because there's an opportunity for female students leaders as well, where they represent the colleagues. Me, to be honest with you, I don't be in advocacy for almost years from school days to I go to university. But there are one particular thing where I learned from this thing. You believe say like, okay, this me as a young man, I just feel say like becoming a man, I mean for bring food at the table. Becoming a partner and for everything. But to me and you, how the woman they play role in the family, man play so. Man are just a finance they put out. But we can't take care of the home. Now woman go no say picking sick.
Yeah.
Now woman go no say picking lunch. The man go left money more and they not get time with the family. But at the end of the day, you see say the man get the glory.
In certain families.
Certain family, but we also statistics, we also to the maturity. Make I tell you, we have the maturity.
I don't know if I'm forget statistics to that Nasalo.
But trust me, there are so many homes a day where a help for see the father.
Yeah.
80% of the homes this day. Papa they go almost o'clock. It's okay. But mama come
and that's not based on recent statistics.
in fact, it's normal.
Okay.
We say it's normal. Let me just get a statistic. I go and party host for study or the city exams. And mama, if panic can host then 12, 1 o'clock. But me host 10 o'clock. Everybody indoors for the inside. But for the picking, you know say normal because it's just a normal. It's a normal thing. But who does that? You have come on and host. It can't 10 o'clock. You change man force. But you don't feel say that get other good thing for we do. You see, the society don't make my soul my open to the point that we just see say, oh my, they don't get right for those things a day. And that's why this act here, it created that platform say, no, what also for be again. And we go to call financial inclusion.
Okay, so I just want for Olida and bring in Ambassador Alio. Yeah, shortly. Let me talk about the diversification of they follow the money. Now other parts them definitely Jude Fritonia as the country team lead. And I think about how cultural and the social economic factors there definitely they influence youth accountability. Of course we'll get these thoughts now society at societal level for say. You know small boy how you want for challenge a big one there. Yeah. Waiting at you you're not then can certainly at community level.
Yes, and that's one of the things. Even before we start this project, we go through a training, and we are by Nigeria, and then start since 2012. So then give you all the case scenarios, and then not forget about the campaign. Most times when we start, that's the questions that we get from people, and I would not want for can demand accountability from people. We know say, especially in Sierra Leone, corruption, they fight back. So that's why we approach very different, and we they try for ensure so we empower the communities because if the communities then we are then going to take a decision on our behalf. Like the issue now Kube, whereby they construct a school, then we watch waiting for happen day. We tell the young people them waiting at the community saying this and this for the happen. And the young people then get their awareness there. So most times even if you know they if they can't turn Sansan and go call me, say hey, follow the money. Sansan truck don't come for build this school. So you don't understand. We don't empower them for asking right questions. This not the thing way for happen at this then say for happen at this place. So that's why they do. So we not particularly they go say we they fight on behalf of the people. We they go and empower the communities themselves for right they ask for right they ask for ask the right questions, yes. And ensure say because now for una then do the thing for so now una supposed for demand. We just they go for guide una for ensure say we do alarm say one, two, three things for happen at these communities, but it not they happen. And also the inclusivity, we dey try for take them across the country as we just started the operation in March effectively. So, and the campaign not only the physical one, that's why we also get your online campaigns there. When I follow the money, you get over 8,000 plus young people and way across Africa, particularly in the sub-Saharan Africa. And yourself can be part of the movement for ensuring you add the voice to accountability and transparency. And we get for ensuring we go across Sierra Leone and all communities for ensuring we empower them people there for ask the right questions them, particularly young people them. I think we dey at advantage right now because we dey on social media. Because most of these things, that's why I can say in Sierra Leone, we the young people are not around to utilize the social media for the right purpose. Because if we watch the presence that we will get on social media, we'll get a lot of young people who are very influential. If we get certain issue where we see saying all right, if we all put attention to that one, we dey see the changes that we will get. But most times we can probably put more attention on things that we very funny, whereby now the most of our attentions then can go. And they see saying the most of the reactions then they come off from. Yeah. If we use this energy where we get, we there's an added advantage. We know technology, even more than most of the people who are in governance or where they rule way. Because we open up, we are very young when we open up. We get a lot of colleagues across the country, across the world, where we see say then self they do certain things them. And we're able for demand for accountability through them ways then. They by either using social media like Facebook or Twitter, like what you can do. Most times where issues they you go, you post on them, and we all can see say now issues there, and we all able for add we voice them. So that's also one of the platforms that they use now follow the money, and also like then kind of thing there are radio discussions. We go to various radio or television stations. We highlight the people on waiting them for doing at the communities if there are certain priorities them or development will not reach that priority, but where you get awareness say supposed for happen in communities.
Definitely.
So we ask critical questions them, and we want for empower people them for ensure say whichever level they either educated or uneducated, you get right for ask questions. Yeah. Sure. That's the right questions them, and for ensure say service delivery them be go now with doorsteps them, and for ensure say we get a level playing field for everybody. Most of this campaign what they do now for bridge the gap, because all of the issues then where they affect we, it's because of we know they get follow up. Because every year in and out, government and international aid people and they budget a lot of money for Sierra Leone. But we had this money, then they go, we know they know. So that's why we there to follow the money for ensure. See, we go follow the money and we can't tell the people them.
Definitely.
Say, nah, yeah, the money don't go.
The money don't go. All right, family, yeah, the money don't go. Definitely for being accountable. Thank you so much, my people. Thank you so much, James. Thank you so much, Ambassador Aliu. We don't hear you from the different guests them na the studio. Remember say the program they listen to na Rise Radio. Remember say the program they listen to na Long Bench they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. With me, Alhaji Musaba. Definitely now the Long Bench go come to an end now. We all go scatter. Definitely. This one. Don't forget every other Monday, Rise Radio, they bring a Long Bench to you from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Plenty thank you to you listening to the program, and say special thank you to your executive producer when I'm Mariam Abba and the producer when I'm Musaba Sise, one for the studio one engineer, and my man in the newsroom. Definitely. We now forgo the discussion very good, topic very much interesting, but so till next week we'll get another edition of Long Bench. That's all.